Would you like to work closer to home, save money on gas, and be rewarded for your hard work and attendance? Then Bellisio Foods is looking for you. That's right, Bellisio Foods is now hiring for multiple positions and shifts with great employee benefits, an on-site health clinic, competitive wages, and advancement opportunities. Bellisio Foods is a company that truly values their employees. Apply online at BellisioFoods.com/careers.
The Jackson County Fair Board, in conjunction with Total Media, proudly present Neil McCoy. Neil McCoy. Saturday, July 15th at the Jackson County Fair. VIP track access seats now available for only $30, which includes admission to the fair. Get tickets now at JacksonCooHfair.com or at the Total Media Studios in Jackson.
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning show right here on Main Street TV. James is here with us this morning, and then we will have a special visit by our good friend
Andre the Giant.
Andre the Giant will be here.
Yeah. Anybody want a peanut?
Is that what he said?
That's what he says in the movie The Princess's Bride.
Oh, I forgot he was in that.
Yeah. They're like rhyming back and forth, and the one guy goes, "Stop rhyming, and I mean it." And he goes, "Anybody want a peanut?"
That movie's kind of one of a kind. Isn't
It's so good.
Yeah. I haven't seen it in like years.
It's so good. It's really great. Have you seen the sort of like online, petition's not really the right word, but like whatever, like online, like force. They're like, all right, we've got to remake The Princess's Bride, but.
Oh, there can't be a but.
But with Muppets. So it's the Muppets Princess's Bride. And just like one character. So like Wesley and Buttercup can be played by a person, but everybody else is a Muppet.
No.
What?
That's
it would be
so
amazing.
Even weirder.
It would be amazing.
It would be actually kind of fun. Because it's quirky like that.
Yeah, there is a new Muppet show out, and I watched like the first 2 episodes the other day. It is hilarious. It's all about the rock band, like Animal that plays the drums.
Oh, yeah.
So the band is the Electric Mayhem. Is the name of the band from the Muppet Show.
Okay.
And so this is sort of like a faux, like behind the music kind of thing about them. And it's really funny.
That's
or at least
great.
The first couple episodes are very funny.
It would be.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Muppets are kind of like Barbie. I don't know when the Muppets first came to be or Sesame
70s.
Street in the 70s,
well,
but it's like...
Sesame Street predates it a little. Well, actually, I guess it goes back to the 50s, really.
So kind of same as Barbie. Like it's just kind of like they're timeless, and no matter how old you are, you grew up with Muppets.
Yeah. Well, the first Muppets movie came out in the 70s. But
okay.
Jim Henson Company predates that.
Yeah.
Sesame Street predates
They were
it.
around.
Yeah, they've been around.
That's so cool. I mean, I don't know. It's just kind of the same.
Cool.
That characters can be that timeless.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. The weird thing
Have they evolved? Yes.
Yeah.
But
the weirdest thing about watching the Muppets now versus watching the Muppets like back in like the 80s and stuff, when it was sort of at the height of its popularity, is that like for the most part, it's different voice actors now.
Yeah.
And it's just like, is that Kermit the Frog? That's not what I remember.
Really
That's not quite what I remember
exactly
Kermit sounding like.
Yeah.
And obviously, like Jim Henson passed away. And like obviously, people can't work for somehow Frank Oz is still doing it, but
well, I told you the guy that waited on us at the diner in Key West was one of the Big Bird actors.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know
he was like really tall and thin, exactly like what you would think.
Do you know how the Big Bird suit works?
No.
So the way in the Big Bird suit, you have one hand up here moving the mouth.
Okay.
And then you have another hand here moving the arms. So if you like lift up, this arm goes up. And if you go down, this arm comes up. And you're moving the mouth with your hand. That's how Big Bird works.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And some long, skinny legs.
Yep, and real long.
And big feet.
Big, long orange pants.
Yeah. No, that's really, really cool. So Ben will be in here in a little bit, Ben Davis Jr.
Yeah.
It will not be Andre the Giant, although he is sporting an Andre the Giant t-shirt.
It's true.
Yeah. But you are sporting a Cincinnati Reds t-shirt, and baseball season, of course, is in full swing. And something really cool happened last night, not to the Reds, but that hasn't happened in a really long time.
Yeah, pitcher for the Yankees pitched a perfect game last night. It was
That's
the
right.
First one in 12 years, I think, something like that.
Yeah, so I think they said 10 or 12 years, something like that. And, there's so much that goes into a perfect game. Like, it's just a lot.
Sure. I mean,
and you're depending on your entire team to help you.
Yeah, that means no errors. Pitcher has no control over
the rest of the team.
Whether anybody else on the team commits an error. Can
you imagine like that last out? Like, the guy like that's like fielding the ball. It's like, please, dear God, don't let me screw this up.
Do you remember? This has been several years ago now. This has been 10 or so years. I think it was a perfect game. It may have been a no-hitter, but I think it was a perfect game. Ground ball to first. I think it was a ground ball. I forget exactly how the play unfolds. But anyway, close play at first. Final out of what would have been a perfect game, and the umpire calls him safe on like a bang play.
Oh, you can't do that. Yeah. I don't care whether he was or not.
Yeah.
So, explain the difference between a perfect game and a no-hitter.
Well, a no-hitter just means that the team doesn't get any hits. The perfect game is no errors, no walks, and no hits.
So is a hit like they make it on base?
Well, no. Well, so you can make it on base by other ways than a hit. Like you can get walked and get on first base. That's not a hit, but you get on base. You get hit by a pitch. You get on base. That's not a hit. A fielder commits an error and you reach base. That's not a hit, but you reach base. So a perfect game has none of those things either.
So none of that stuff happens. What are the chances? Obviously,
1
in 12 years.
It's only happened 20-something times in the history of baseball.
It hasn't happened much.
Yeah, it's kind of funny that it seems like in kind of like the early 2000s, I'm sure steroids had nothing to do with this, but it does seem like there was kind of a spike there where it happened a little bit more frequently, and then it's maybe leveled out because, like you said, it hasn't happened in 10 years now.
Yeah.
But, pretty cool.
Cool.
I admit that I don't follow baseball as closely as I used to. So I had never heard of.
Because life happens.
Yeah. Because cable is expensive.
And there's a million games. Yeah, there's like a million
there's a lot of games
out there. Yeah.
Yeah. It was the New York Yankees was someone I hadn't never heard of before, but
no, really, really cool. And it was just fun to see the team like celebrating and how excited they were.
The craziest thing in baseball right now, we were talking off the air about how great the Reds are playing.
They're doing great.
The last month or so, that big 12-game winning streak, and they've been playing about 500 since then.
Yeah,
hanging around there, first place in their division. But the big story in baseball the last few years has been the Shohei Ohtani. Are you familiar with him?
No.
So he plays for the Anaheim Angels.
Okay.
He pitches and plays designated hitter. And this season, he won the MVP last year, I think. But anyway, so this year he's leading the league in home runs, and he has 100 strikeouts as a pitcher.
That doesn't really happen.
Yeah. So we're saying there's only been 20 perfect games ever. No one has done what he's doing since Babe Ruth, and Babe Ruth wasn't as good at it as he is.
Right.
Yeah. Last year
it was a different game back then.
Oh yeah. But yeah, last year Ohtani, he was the starting pitcher in the All-Star game and hit cleanup.
That's kind of unheard of.
Oh, it really is.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable how good he is. Unbelievable.
It's interesting to see how games change and things over the years. But the game of baseball is obviously different than when Babe Ruth was there.
Yeah. And there are a lot of new rules this year that kind of make the games go faster and things like that.
Speeding it up.
I don't know that I'm necessarily a fan of that, but no.
Well, I could see where it would interrupt the natural flow of the game, but I also understand what they're doing because it just keeps people from dilly-dallying as well. Messing around.
But
But that's kind of baseball.
Yeah, but it's
as
also
well.
kind of just encouraged people to mess around more to try to like trip up the pitchers and stuff because they know that they're trying to get used to this new rhythm.
Yeah.
And then batters will start. They're just fiddle around and stuff like that because they know if the pitcher is just standing there, they're going to get one that's going to throw them off the rhythm, but also they know like, oh, well, if he's not ready to go when there's 8 seconds left on that clock or whatever, like he's going to get in trouble.
It's just, I don't know. Yeah. It's really weird.
It is really weird, but
who are we?
I don't know.
We're not Mr. Baseball or Mrs.
This is
Baseball.
True. This is true. We are not.
Yeah. No. Very good.
Stacy from Zip Printing, her and her husband are going to the Reds game this weekend.
Godspeed, Stacy.
Yeah, because
and Brian.
They picked this game at like the beginning of the season because they're doing free bucket hats this weekend.
Oh, no way.
And they wanted bucket hats for some reason.
Awesome.
So anyway, fast forward to now, unbeknownst to them, at the time when they bought the tickets, the Reds are the hottest team in baseball.
Yep.
The game is a sellout, and it's the same night as the Taylor Swift concert.
Which is like right next door, isn't it?
I don't know where the Taylor Swift concert is.
It's at what is the Brown Stadium called?
Paul Brown.
Does it have like a sponsored name?
The Bengals Stadium used to be Paul Brown Stadium.
The Bengals Stadium.
It's now Paycor.
Yes, that's where Taylor Swift is. So they're next to each other. They're literally
right next to each other.
So you're going to have...
Man, she's doing two
sold out shows.
That's going to be like 500,000 people.
So, yeah, I think they said 100. So just for Taylor Swift, I think they were talking 120,000 people.
Each night.
I think for both days coming in. Because I don't think it would...
Well, that stadium probably seats 100,000 for a football game.
But on a concert situation, you've only
seats.
you've only got 3 sides, right? Because you can't.
Well, you're
not behind the stage.
Yeah, they'll probably cover up what's behind the stage, but you would also gain all that floor seating.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But it is. I can just promise you, if you're trying to get a room at the Hyatt downtown, don't.
Oh my gosh.
Let's look. Let's see.
So you look that up.
I'll look it up on my Hyatt app.
Yesterday or the day before, we've been talking about Fleetwood Mac recently because we just had that Fleetwood Mac thing. So Stevie Nicks is playing a concert with Billy Joel at Ohio Stadium in Columbus this summer.
Yes, it's like in the September or something like that.
Yeah, I don't remember what it is, but we looked up. We looked up the ticket prices for that show.
God,
the nosebleed seats are about $400. If you want to be down close to the stage, it's almost $4,000.
You are kidding.
Well,
what we should have done is gone and bought tickets and then scalped them.
I think it's mostly sold out, and those are like resale tickets, at least the ones up close. Sure. But yeah, oh my gosh, can you?
No, I cannot.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna put in Friday to Saturday.
Okay,
I'm just picking.
So how much does it cost to stay in downtown Cincinnati during the Taylor Swift concert?
Let's see.
I'm going to guess you're not going to find a room.
I'd say that they're
probably under $300
There are
a night
no
downtown.
Available Hyatt hotels anywhere in Cincinnati for those dates.
Does that show like Covington?
Yeah, it will show all around there.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're just...
nothing.
Yes, it's just nothing. Yeah.
That is crazy. Because, it's not just the Hyatt. It's like Hyatt owns like a million different other properties as well. There's one other... property I was going to check is where Jamie and I typically stay, but I guarantee you it's sold out too.
Yeah.
So,
but you got your Taylor Swift tickets for this weekend? Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah, if I got them early.
Got to get them early, man.
$60, man.
$60.
Right.
You stood in line at Kroger, didn't you? Get them
for $60. You get to use the bathroom where Taylor Swift.
No, you don't even, dude. You probably can't park for $60 at that show. Are you guys in El Paso, Texas? Can you tell me about the little? We are not in El Paso, Texas.
No.
I didn't get to read that whole thing, but I don't think we can
push
tell you
that
about
back up there, Dylan.
Can you tell about the title of the book you mentioned on the radio? Thank you. I'm sorry. I think you may have
the wrong people.
We cannot tell you about that book, but we can tell you about Homegrown Happy Hour.
Yes, we
happening tonight at Rowdy's Smokehouse.
It is.
Featuring Ben Davis Jr., who tried to throw me under the bus saying I didn't remind him to come in this morning.
I said, James, he said you didn't remind him. And considering that we were sitting here while you didn't remind him, I was like, I'm just not going to answer.
What did I say? So it was about 10 o'clock yesterday. I was like, Ben told me to remind him. So I should do that. But I was like, this is probably too early to actually remind him. I was like, but then like I won't remember to remind him if I wait until the evening to do it. So then this morning he texts you,
like, who
throws me under the bus saying I didn't remind him.
James didn't remind me. I'm like, he kind of did because I saw him send the message.
Well, there was like 5 messages. There was like a message that I did not see, and then like 3 or 4 pictures, and then like the message that said, "By the way, you're in the paper." And I'm like,
he's not lying about that.
This is true.
Yeah.
This is true. There was multiple messages.
I was just waking up about noon. So.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway,
so funny.
Anyway, without further ado, I'm going to give up my seat
to Andre the Giant.
Mr. Anybody Want a Peanut?
Anyone want
himself.
A peanut? Yes. That is a fantastic shirt, by the way.
It is a really good shirt.
We will give Ben credit for that.
It is a good shirt.
Come on over.
It's actually the same brand as this shirt.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny?
You guys are homaging. You guys are homaging the homage store.
The homage are those people right around the buggies, right?
Yeah. Didn't you know? They make great T-shirts.
They do. It's wonderful. This was found in the Rowdy's parking lot.
No, it was not.
If you're missing an Andre the Giant T-shirt and you wore it sometime last year at Rowdy Smokehouse, I might know where it is.
So funny. That's so you.
After a good wash, it was brand new. It's beautiful.
Like, how does an homage Andre the Giant T-shirt get into the Rowdy Smokehouse parking lot?
I mean, one, I think everybody's got one of these at home, so it's hard to say whose it was.
What kind of chicanery was going on in that parking lot
I have no
that the
idea.
T-shirt ended up on the ground?
Probably fell out of a musician's vehicle when they wwere dragging their guitar out. That's my guess. That happens to me all the time.
Does it?
All kinds of belongings are scattered across the United States.
Well, Wade Wolf says howdy.
Oh, what's up, Wade? Wade's a sweetheart. He lives in Western Kentucky. He runs a little bit of a house concert thing. I'm going to play there for him in a little bit.
Yeah. Well, very, very good. So you are here, though, today to talk about something kind of season 2 of Homegrown Happy Hour.
Absolutely.
And so we're so happy to have you here today. So tell us about Homegrown Happy Hour and like how it came to be.
So one day I was at home and I was at the brewery, actually. I was at the brewery with Ben Irvin. We were just chilling, and I got a text from Nathan said, hey, I'm going to make some steaks if you want to come on out. And I'm like, well, I just ate at the brewery. And he said, well, if you want to come on out. So I came on out. And then we ended up, because we're awkward, we don't really make conversation very well. We ended up getting our guitars and just like sitting by ourselves playing songs. And somehow during all of that, there was a conversation going on between Porterhouse, who came with Courtney Turk that day because he had never been out there. Yeah. And Nathan. They were just talking, and all of a sudden this whole idea sparked up, and I don't know, then some reason there was a meeting about it, and I was there. A
meeting of the minds.
I had to do all kinds of meetings last year, and I didn't really know what I was doing, but I still kind of, I know what I'm doing now, but I had no idea for 4 weeks last year, I'll tell you that. It came from nowhere, but it's just a live kind of a fireside performance. You know, you just kind of hang out and listen to people do really great songs in front of a live audience on the radio. Yeah. We video it, James and his crew video it, and I don't know, it's really special. I get to feature people that write songs I love. It's incredible.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of local talent, a lot of people travel in for this year, because we've gone now from 4 shows or episodes, if you will, to what, 12?
12.
And I mean, so this thing's obviously grown exponentially since we did it the last time. So I think you did something right there, Ben.
Yeah, I mean, it was really crazy, and just the content that comes from it, the video and the audio, the podcast format, all that stuff. It's just really nice that it happens. There's a podcast format, right? Yeah, I listened to it once. But yeah, it's just really special, and for an artist to be able to share that is really valuable too.
Yeah.
And so, like, I think just in the people that I know that have expressed interest to me, there's another couple dozen people ready to go, after this season. It's crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah, there are artists that just can't wait to be a part of it. And it's hard when you only have so many weeks to pick which ones.
Well, and you don't want to offend anyone.
No, and that's the thing. It's not offense, and it's not even that the folks that we got in this time are any more special. It's just it
how it
happened.
worked out.
Unfortunately, it's just the way it happened.
So let's go through, if you don't mind. So tonight's performance kicks off Homegrown Happy Hour, the series that's going to go all the way through the summer. And it's going to kick off tonight with the Raccoon Crick. I got it right.
Yeah.
Crick Rangers.
Yeah, they build in the inflection. That way you can't say it wrong.
That's right. And that's Andy Milliken, of course, and John Reister. So tell us, if you don't mind, go down through some of the list and
yeah,
let's talk about some of the artists and I've got the list here.
Good, because I don't.
Well, it's too hard to remember 12 in a row, but
beautiful.
So let's go down and kind of talk about each week and what people are gonna, what those people are and
absolutely. Yeah, I mean, we'll start with tonight. Andy Milliken and John Reister are two incredible musicians that are from this area. They were tilled in this soil, if you will, and Andy writes some of the best songs that you'll ever hear. He's one of the most gifted songwriters that we will ever know. A songwriter's favorite songwriter, and that's true.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and we talk back and forth here and there about different things in the industry. Most of the time, griping about shows that we go to play that didn't work out, but you
mean like when your Airbnb host cancels?
Yikes! Yeah, stuff like that.
That's a whole other story that he can talk about someday.
Yeah, and sometimes just unruly crowds, that don't care. They would rather just listen to the jukebox.
Yeah,
stuff like that.
Yeah,
that happens a lot with songwriters. Yeah, people do say mean things. Yeah, but we talk about just the normal goings on of playing music. But he's a good dude. He's got a lot of wonderful songs, and you'll love that, especially when he's got John with him. John is a very accomplished luthier. He just won Luthier of the Year building fiddles, and he's from here in Jackson. He graduated with me.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
And didn't someone tell me that he built a fiddle for one of the famous?
I believe
was it Tyler Childers?
Several famous people, but yeah, Tyler Childers and Tyler's fiddle player, I believe, both played.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I there's a lot of reason to be proud of John. He's a very, very gifted individual, and we played music together in high school and cut our teeth together and learned a lot.
Sure.
Yeah. There's just a lot of good to be said about what he does, and he does really good old timey music. Like he went to college, and that was his degree. It was like old time music or something like that.
Oh, really?
At dang it, Moorhead. Yeah,
okay.
Moorhead. Yeah,
super
I don't
cool.
know.
There they are.
Yeah, oh dang yeah, that's me and John.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
As interns at Hummingbird. That was back in probably 2008. Yeah. I had that cool haircut, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wish that I still did. I painted my nails this year for like 2 weeks because I just turned 33 and I wanted to feel like that again. I wanted to be that kid for a couple of weeks anyways, But yeah, that we definitely we had a bunch of like we made bands in high school that had really devious names, but you had to think about it. And you know, we would play these competitions and stuff, and everybody be like, "Now, I think we know what that name means," you know. Yeah. Anyways,
Probably none of them you can say here on the air.
I think maybe like Morning Forest, but we did it with a U in it, you know. And if you know, it's just something. Anyways. Then we got Sour Mash String Band. They're one of the best, you know, local bluegrass bands. And I just really like to celebrate our local folks, you know. We have a lot of folks traveling in this time, and we definitely had to get
That's
some
cool.
local blood in, you know, as well, because that's what this is all about. But they, you know, they have been really doing their thing for years, traveling around. I think I remember playing with them in Marietta many years ago. But they get to do all kinds of great things in the bluegrass world. And honestly, I've not gotten to catch them live since then because we were always playing.
Right.
That's always a good thing when both acts are really busy. We never see each other. So
Yeah.
but definitely, I actually booked them at the brewery.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yay.
Like I was just like, hey, you guys are drinking beer. I do this thing. Come play. Okay. That easy.
Very good.
Yeah. Wonderful.
As a side note, Ben Davis Jr. is now slinging beers at the 6 Cents Brewing some too.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it.
Well, we love having you there.
Good. I try
Yeah.
to do a good job. I might forget some things like sweeping floors one time or something like that, but I do my best. I work real hard at all the things I get done. They're done real well.
Just water my flowers.
I do that
happy.
every day. Absolutely. They're beautiful.
Listen, if it comes between sweeping the floors and making Jamie mad and not water and killing my flowers and making Jen mad, which one you gonna pick?
I'm gonna water the flowers, but I'm also probably gonna sweep.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just gonna do all the stuff, but
All the
sometimes I mess up.
No.
But no, I love it, man. I love getting to socialize with folks and just learn more. Because, you know, I sitting on the other side of the bar, I can just sit there and ignore everything, you know.
Sure.
And that's what I choose to do when I go to a bar. But behind the bar, it doesn't cost me any money. I make money, and I get to talk to people and learn more things about the area, which is really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. And there's a lot of characters that travel through and all
Oh,
that,
without a
so.
doubt. I love it. I love
Yeah.
it so much.
Very good. Okay.
So next, Corduroy Brown. I actually played a show with him at Steiner's, and he's an incredibly gifted musician too. He's got an incredible story.
With a cool name.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Why the name?
Never asked.
We need to.
I'll ask him on that show.
Will you do that for
Because
me?
I know his real name, you know.
And it ain't corduroy.
No, it's Velvet. Velvet Green. No, he's a really sweet person with just I love his voice, and he writes about life in a way that I don't know. It's very, I mean, it's kind of similar to like my approach. It's not so much poetry or allegory or anything like that. It's just saying what life is, but it sounds like something beautiful when he says it.
Mm-hmm.
And he's kind of a different genre than the rest of these folks too.
In what way?
So he's more like, I could have played with him when I had that haircut and the fingernail polish and stuff. He could have played, you know, alongside my band then, and we can play together now. He bridges that gap between
Okay.
the poppy music and the Appalachian music. He's an Appalachian indie musician, and
Very
it
cool.
comes through. He's very, very incredible. And he's from Huntington area, I think.
Sweet.
Yeah. After that, Cole Gannon. This is going to be like the Wes Ship situation for me. I didn't know Wes at all.
Okay.
So Cole is one that Nathan picked, and Nathan is really good at picking really great musicians. So
Yeah.
I guess I'm sure he's going to be a wonderful songwriter. I'm excited to figure out who he is. Just
Yeah.
being real.
Cool.
Yeah. And then Jace Turley is after that. Jace is a young man. He might be 18 now. I'm not sure. But he put out his record, The Opening Act, and which is a really cool name for his first record, and also
Yeah,
he opens for a bunch of people, so it's really sweet.
that's awesome.
But he has some, I don't know, like he's the kind of guy that all songwriters should fear, because he's 17 and he can make you feel pain. And I don't know if, obviously he's had to have felt pain, but man, there's so much more coming, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I think that his songs are only going to get way, way, way better. And they're amazing now. I mean, he's already doing incredible things. He puts together a huge music festival every year that, he gets these crazy names to come play. And
he's that young?
yeah,
Wow.
he is a very motivated young man.
I'd like to
Very
meet this
impressive.
kid.
Yeah, you got to come check him out, without a doubt. And check out his record. That opening act. All of these folks got music out there for the most part, so check
Yeah.
it all out. Nolan Collins. This one, I remember you and Jamie actually let me bring him to the first show. I think that not his first show, but like I was trying to help get him out there, and that was
Yeah.
how I wanted to spend my time this year or last year. And
Speaking of another youngster,
yeah, he's a young man. I don't know how old he is.
he was real young then.
Yeah. I have no idea how old he is now, but he's got a great haircut. He's got a wonderful voice. His family are wonderful people. He writes beautiful songs as well. He's from Gallia County area. His folks have that Twisted Vine family vineyard.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just wonderful people. And Nolan, I don't know. His dad showed me a video of a song on his phone. Like, hey Ben, watch this. And then I watched it, and it was one that I didn't look away from, that I didn't tune out and be like, what the heck? Why am I even being forced to watch a video on a phone?
Sure. Like
I
it,
did,
like
yeah. And I was like, wow, thank you. Like that. He is incredible. And from that point on, I thought he needs to be out there. And he is
Sure.
hustling. He is playing 2 and 3 shows all the time. And that's what his dad was like. He's really proud of him, and everybody should
Good.
be proud of Nolan. But we got Nolan. And then,
all right.
all right, August 10th, the next week, David Childers. That is my songwriting hero. There are 2 of them. In 2007, John Reister and I went to the Big Bend Blues Bash, and we also went to the Hocking Folk Festival. The Big Bend Blues Bash, his dad took us there, and we saw David Childers play. And David kind of blew my mind. His band was really cool to us, which was the really cool thing. But we were 17 years old, and they invited us to the bar to watch them play. We just stood back in the corner behind tall people, and watched them play a 4-hour set or something. They killed it, man. And he has written so many incredible songs that stuck with me from back then. And then whenever I was in about 20 years old is when I decided I wanted to be a songwriter. And I started learning his songs, David's songs.
Okay.
Yeah. And I just started posting videos of like YouTube videos, my covers and stuff of his songs. And I loved them so much. And then I let years pass, 2014 came, and David lived in Charlotte. I was doing my first tour. I was stopping in Charlotte, so I took a chance. I messaged him on like Facebook or something.
Yeah.
He didn't even run his Facebook. Somebody else did. But and then he was like, yeah, I'll come to your show. Message back, this is David. I'll come to your show. I'm like, great. So then,
Whoa.
yeah, I'm getting ready to play, and I get a text. It's like, hey, I forgot that I have a show tonight. Why don't you come to the house? I'm like, oh, okay.
Okay.
So like, yeah, this guy who I've been idolizing and hanging on every word that he had and learning them and putting them in my brain, this guy is letting me come to his house. And from then on, we've just been friends. He's
That's so
a
cool.
retired lawyer, in North Carolina, and he helped people get disability. That's what he did.
Uh-huh.
And then now he just does his songwriting, but he has had his songs covered by like the Ava Brothers and a bunch of other artists of stature on
Sure.
huge stages. He gets to go out and sing with them. They took him to Mexico to play for, I don't know. David is incredible, and he's coming
to Jackson, Ohio.
again. Yeah. I get to bring him around once in a while, but this time people are going to see it. You know, it'll be documented. Don't miss that one. That one's super special, and he is just somebody that his music and his personality are so infectious. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Myron Hart. Myron Hart is a fellow that I've known for a decade or more. He actually lives, I think, out at Fur Peace Ranch.
Okay.
And is
they're in Pomeroy, right?
Yeah, he's Yorma McAlkin's right-hand man. You know, if Yorma's got a show, Myron's going to help set stuff up, I believe, like guitar tech. And then he travels, you know, I get my jam bands mixed up, but I think he travels with hookah, acoustic hookah.
Yeah.
And guitar techs for them, but it could be a different band entirely, and I'm horrible. So anyways, Myron is that, but he's also an incredible guitarist. He has a beautiful voice, and he writes great songs. And he has always done so much of he spent so much of his career championing other people. Like anytime that I ran into him before, he was bringing people to play at my open mic and
That's awesome.
Putting other people out. And he might hop up there and strum with them or something, but it was always pushing somebody else. It was never Myron. And
so we get the honor to hear him play.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's going to be great. Then we got Jeremy Short. Jeremy Short's one of the best guitarists out of West Virginia, Kentucky area. I believe he is in West Virginia, though. I think he travels internationally even playing guitar.
Oh, wow.
He is incredible. Buffalo Wobbs and the Price Hill Hustle. They're a large regional act that plays Rowdy's and Steiner's and all these bluegrass festivals locally, and they're just wonderful as well.
Yeah.
Everybody will love them.
I know I've heard of them for sure.
Joe's Truck Stop.
That one cracked me up,
yeah,
that name.
So that's Joe, Truck Stop Joe. He's a good dude. I met him at Steiner's many years ago, too. I believe it was with the Tillers we were playing there or something. Anyways, Joe is a sweetheart. He's got a big smile, and he's goofy, and he writes these songs that are kind of quirky, but the instrumentation is incredible. And then he's just real. He's genuine as can be, and so are his bandmates. And I don't know if we're just going to get Joe or if we're going to get a few of them.
Just Joe?
You never know. It's kind of like Larry Elefante. You don't know if it's going to be one guy or 10. You never know. Never know with them.
Oh, Larry.
Yeah. Katie Meadows is going to wrap it up.
His name is not Larry, by the way.
No, his name is Michael.
His name is Mike.
Rutushin.
Yes.
Yeah. Man, that guy's a good dude.
We ran into him not too long ago at Jackie O's.
Oh, yeah. I just stopped by Steiner's on the way through the other day, and they were playing, and he was on stage, and he was like, I guess the whole night he was just finishing every song. We wrote that last night in the hotel room. And then they played one, and I was sitting at the bar hanging out, and he was like, Ben Davis Jr. wrote that one last night for us in the hotel room. He's goofy.
Yes.
And then Meigs County is represented on the last week with Katie Meadows.
Nice.
Yeah, she is. She just kind of started her career, I think, a couple years ago, actually performing out, and just kind of like the wind took her. You know, she's going everywhere, and she is. She's got an amazing voice. Also writes just real down home songs. I don't know. She used to come to shows at the Court Grill when I would play there many years ago, and that's how I met her. But she travels around with all these other gifted songwriters, James Reed and Hannah Howard, and she is just as genuine as they come. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I'm really excited, and then I think I'm going to play some that night, too. A little extra or something is what I heard.
Awesome.
That last night. Yeah. We'll see what that means.
Well, we love, he's like, I don't know what that means, but we're going to do it. No, that's so cool. And, 12 weeks is a big commitment. And I think you guys are going to do great. And it's going to be really cool to bring those artists into our area, especially some of them that have to travel in.
Yeah. It's going to be really cool.
That's saying something.
And then put their voices in many places all at once, which is pretty cool. It's like having the biggest microphone in the world.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be cool.
You know, and Rowdy's is such a great place to host, you know, that kind of thing. They've built the big shelter house out back now. And I like how you say like kind of like the campfire deal, because there literally is a campfire.
Yeah. Yeah, it's awesome.
So it's a great venue.
Just like a backyard hangout kind of thing.
Yeah. So you can eat your barbecue. You don't have to. You can drink some beer, pop, or water or whatever. Just sit down, chill out, and have some fun.
Absolutely.
And listen to great music. And that's the whole point. And if you can't listen, you know, live, obviously it's best to be there in person.
Yeah.
But of course you can listen on 98.7 and 105.5 in the Athens area.
Absolutely.
So very cool.
And YouTube.
Yes. So then James works very, very hard to get all that stuff put together, and then puts all that on YouTube as well.
Yeah.
So.
Work hard making Dylan put it all together.
Which means this is why we have interns. Which means James is going to work really hard to make Dylan do it.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
No, not at all. This kid's learning a lot. And speaking of, you know, somebody that's doing great things, being so young, our sweet Dylan is doing some great things. So we're proud of him too. And he survived Long's Retreat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I did survive quite a few ramps, kind of. Like I was going on a speed bump and I flew. Man, that was freaky.
Dylan didn't understand that in a golf cart, when you see a speed bump, you should slow down.
Well, most
or
of
any
the
vehicle,
time,
for that matter.
For any
it's
speed
supposed
bump.
to slow you down, though. That's the thing.
Oh, they don't slow you down.
No, they don't slow you
It
down.
just makes you fly in a golf cart.
The whole point of a speed bump is to slow down.
To get your attention.
Yes.
I feel like they should just slow you down so you can go like 50, and then you're like, oh, I'm 25 now, but now you just fly.
Yeah, that's not how that works, Dylan. You got to think for yourself a little bit, buddy. This is our intern. This is our future, by the way, Ben.
Well, he's doing a great job everywhere else but driving.
All right, Dylan, do you know who Andre the Giant is?
I do, and I know that apparently his organs, like, he got too big and he died.
Yeah, he just...
How do you know who?
Yeah, how do you know who Andre the Giant is?
Ben and Matt were talking about him in the other room.
God, he so told on himself, didn't he?
He did. That's funny. Well, you need to know about Andre the Giant. Whenever we're done here, we're just going to go watch the WWE Network.
WrestleMania 3.
That's right.
That's right. And no, Andre the Giant, he was just kind of wonderful soul, I feel like, and he just literally his body was just gave out at some point because he was so large.
Yeah. I feel like they said that he used to poop his pants in matches and stuff, and it was a nightmare.
I can see where that would be. A nightmare for anybody wrestling.
It could have just been gas. I would imagine his gas was probably horrendous too.
With the organs, yeah.
And him being enormous.
Yeah.
Just be enormous. Yeah. It was one or the other. I heard that recently and really sunk in, you know.
But you're still wearing the shirt, so it's okay.
Oh, yeah. He was a sweetheart.
Yeah.
Even sweethearts pass gas. Put that on a shirt.
I like it. Hey, speaking of, if anybody wants to buy any Ben Davis Jr. merchandise.
Yeah, I brought a shirt to plug. Look. I woke up on a dirty hotel floor.
That's right. And that is a line from one of your songs.
Yeah, this is like, it's not something everybody would wear. This is more for like if you're going to a wedding or church or something. So I understand if you don't have a use for it, but it's they're available on bendavisjr.net and or you can come get one at Homegrown Happy Hour tonight. In person, they're $20. On the internet, they're $25, but I don't charge you shipping. It's because I charge you shipping. It's built into the price.
So there you go.
Yeah.
So, but obviously the best way to get one of those shirts, and I have one. It's one of my favorite T-shirts. It's that black one. It has like the cool design.
Yeah, I try to buy the really nice soft shirts.
It's super soft.
Yeah.
I love that shirt so much.
That's what I'm all about because who wants to wear them big, thick, awful T-shirts
where your
anymore?
arms get stuck like that,
Yeah.
like Ralphie's little brother in Christmas Story.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't do that.
Very, very good. Well, you brought your guitar. Do you
I
want to?
did.
Do you want to play a song? And I know you released some new stuff.
Well, it's not released yet. It's coming out.
Oh.
I'll talk about it. July 28th. I have a single coming out, and that's going to be a song called Winding Binding Road.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. While Ben gets his guitar, how about we play our message from our friends at the Vinton County Bank, and then we'll be back.
At Vinton County National Bank, we believe in supporting the areas where we live and work. Now, we'd like to honor those who also serve our communities. Our new Community Champions account is especially for first responders, veterans, active military, and anyone employed in the fields of healthcare or education. This account offers rewards, discounts, and other benefits to those who give so much to others. Vinton County National Bank, rewarding those who serve.
All right, and we're back. We're gonna jump over to the weather forecast while Ben's coming this way. And so here's the deal: hazy. Those I said that again. The Canada wildfires still affecting our area with those hazy skies. If you're wondering what the heck's going on, that is kind of a remnant of those Canadian wildfires, and it's just kind of strange that it's happening here in our area. But today, highs of 87. No rain in the forecast today. So if you have any yard work, any painting outside, anything you need to do, this is your day to do it where you don't have that threat of rain. Unfortunately for your 4th of July weekend, starting tomorrow, looks like mid to upper 80s every day with that stupid pesky chance of rain every day all the way through the beginning of your work week. So if you're planning on pool days, you're planning on any of that, the best thing to do is get up in the morning and stick your head outside and see what's going on because we don't know.
Yeah.
There's always a chance.
It's really weird. All that smoke.
Is it crazy? It's like, man, it's like it burns your eyes. It does all kind of crazy stuff. So
someone said Cheech and Chong rolled down the window of that car finally is what happened.
Dude, that could be it.
It could be it.
Totally.
Well, hopefully that brought a smile to your face and didn't make you sad for the people in Canada.
Do you have a song about Cheech and Chong?
No.
Well, you better be fixing to write one.
What's that
now.
one that they got? I don't know. Where he was framed or something. That was a good song. And then Up in Smoke. I got that album. That's a good album.
Is it?
Yeah. I mean, I guess so. It's Cheech and Chong making a record.
I mean, yeah.
Well, so I do have a surprise song coming out Saturday, but I'm not going to talk about it any more than that. It'll be on Spotify and everything. And then July 28th is Winding Binding Road. That is coming out, so I guess I'll play that. Or no, let's sell some T-shirts. I'm going to play this one about the T-shirt. And
there
then,
you go.
Maybe I'll come back when the song comes out and play it.
Love
Winding
that.
Binding Road. All right.
Let's do it.
Yeah, so if this is why that shirt says I woke up on a dirty hotel floor.
True story?
Yeah, so what happened was I woke up at like 4:30 in the morning this one time. I was dreaming about flying an airplane. And when I woke up, I was disappointed that I didn't have a pilot's license. And I was laying on the floor in Mount Storm, West Virginia. There was a hotel with 2 mattresses on the floor. It's pretty grody. But so I slept on the floor because the mattresses were so bad.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Love
But
it.
this just captures that feeling when you wake up from a dream. I remember I was flying in a single prop airplane, red and white, quite a sight, that's the best I can explain. I soared across the summer sky, I watched the kids all wave. Whenever I was flying in a single prop airplane. that night sky with you. Watch the stars that float on by, all the satellites did too. You lay your head upon my chest and send me to the moon. Whenever I was lying in that night sky with you. We walked across the sacred ground as the sun was going down. I reached out and gently took your hand. Your eyes looked like the starry sky as I went on to tell you why I'm lucky, darling, just to be your man. Your man. Oh man, I woke up this morning on a dirty hotel floor. I realize I've been dreaming and you ain't here no more. I throw my clothes into my pack and tally up that score. 'Cause I woke up this morning on a dirty hotel floor.
The crowd goes wild.
There was that many people clapping at my show in Hillsborough. Same number.
So what's the funniest thing that's happened to you recently? I ask you this every time because
Oh man,
you always have something crazy happen.
You know, I don't know if I've had anything too wild. Nothing's coming to mind super crazy right now.
I was thinking about door dashing some fingernails the other day.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
have you door dashed any fingernails lately?
I quit door dashing like 4 months ago. I got tired of it because that's all it is just like it's the middle of the night, it's 9:30, it's raining, muddy, and then somebody in Wilkesville has done ordered fingernails from Dollar General. So you get out of the car, go get these fingernails, and you got to go through each box to find the right color because they're not organized at all. Then you finally find them, and then you scan it, take it into the car, and then you go get stuck in Wilkesville for $15, not even $15, probably like $5. It's not worth it. I quit DoorDash.
I can't say as I blame you.
Better.
Little better.
Yeah, I don't know, man. There hasn't been too many crazy weird things happening. Just been staying busy playing music, and trying to keep up appearances. It's been going all right.
Well, you do a great job.
I'm trying real hard.
Yeah.
We'll see. I get to travel a whole bunch. I'm going. So like tomorrow, after Homegrown Happy Hour tonight, I have tomorrow a private show in Tip City, Ohio. And then I'm going to Manistee, Michigan to play a birthday party for my buddy Otto. And that's all the way to the Upper Peninsula. I've never been there.
I'll bet your buddy will clap for you.
He'll clap for me. I bet it's going to be smoky up there.
I'll bet it's going to be real smoky up there.
More north.
Yeah.
Maybe the water drinks it up.
Pay attention to that Michigan thing and like soak it in because we always talk about like wanting to visit there, but it's everybody talks about how beautiful the water is and
I'm
how
really excited.
how much fun it is up there.
I've wanted to go
minus
for
the football
years,
team,
but we'll see what happens. Everywhere you go in Michigan's a lake. There's a lake everywhere. You can just drive off this bridge. That lake is called Little Lake. It's literally, yeah, lake. They have so many lakes.
Is that like the Damn tour?
Yeah, I think so. But no, I get to do that. I'm going to Chicago in a few weeks to play.
Sweet.
I'm going to Western Kentucky, like I said. I'm going to be playing in Grand Rapids. And all of these are people that I met through for the most part, all of these people are from that Todd Snyder group that is so wonderful.
Yeah.
They have been so great to me. It took me to Nashville and let me play there, and I got to meet him there. And then they actually chipped in all their money and bought me a ticket to go camping at this retreat, a songwriting retreat that he is holding. It's incredible. I get to go camp with my songwriting hero, you know.
That is freaking awesome.
Yeah. It's going to be neat.
When's that?
The end of August, actually. So that week, which will be the week that Buffalo Wobbs and the Price Hill Hustle are going to be on Homegrown Happy Hour, we're going to have a guest host. You know who it is?
James.
Nope.
Oh.
It is Megan B. Our friend Megan B.
I love Megan.
Yeah, she's going to come do it, and she's very, very excited, and I'm excited for everybody to get to hear her again.
That's going to be awesome.
Yeah, without a doubt.
She is, I'd never met her before last year, and I just really loved her music so much.
Yeah.
And just her soul.
Oh, yeah.
You know, just her as a person.
She's very special to me. She's a wonderful person, and my hiking buddy, and I really, really am grateful for her being in my life for sure.
Absolutely.
And for her to do this, that's really nice.
Yeah,
of her. Yeah.
super cool. Super cool. Well, we got a short time left, Ben. You want to take us out with another song?
Yeah, let's see.
And we hope that you all come out tonight. Homegrown Happy Hour at Rowdy's starts what time tonight?
7 p.m.
7 p.m. Be there. Have a good time. And that's all we ask.
Any day as good as today, you might as well be cursed. The only thing you're gonna get tomorrow's gonna be worse. But you gotta stop and smell the roses on the way to the light. Alright, I'll be chasing this feeling till I die. Mama said my rambling heart could be the death of me. But I'm feeling mighty tempted by a girl with her lips so sweet. She keeps me cruising that cosmic highway with a look in her eye. Oh my, I'll be chasing this feeling till I die. I'll be chasing this feeling, rising and reeling, hoping for eternal bliss in the by and by. Don't get me wrong, I sure do like to get high. I'll be chasing this feeling till I die. Sitting on top of the world with a peace of mind. This here's the purest vibe that I can find. Oh, and if this next breath is my last, that'll be alright, alright. 'Cause I'll be chasing this feeling till I die. I'll be chasing this feeling, rhyming and reeling, hoping for eternal bliss in the by and by. Don't get me wrong, I sure do feel alright. I'll be chasing this feeling till I die. Don't get me wrong, I sure do like to get high. I'll be chasing this feeling till I die. Woo!
Woo! Thanks, Ben. We
Thank
appreciate you so much for stopping by today.
Absolutely. Thanks for reminding me, James.
He did remind you. We got you.
I remembered at 2 a.m. early.
I'm like, I'll remind him that you remind him tomorrow or yesterday morning. I'll remind him this morning. No, come out tonight, Rowdy Smokehouse, 7 p.m. Hang out with Ben and all the gang, and it's going to be a great time. Homegrown Happy Hour. So, all right, go rest up, buddy.
Yep, we'll do.
Okay. Thanks for watching, everybody, today, and we will be back here tomorrow with some news. Thank you. Bye-bye.
This just in.
The Telegram News has a new website.
TheTelegramNews.com.
Same dedicated coverage.
Same trustworthy news with a brand new look.
Covering Jackson and Benton counties and surrounding areas.
Locally owned and operated, TheTelegramNews.com has its finger on the pulse of the community.
Stay up to date on local events, high school sports, and breaking news.
TheTelegramNews.com.
Subscribe today at TheTelegramNews.com.
Check it out.